Okay, excellent. Right then, we will start with photo A. What I'd like is keep it a little bit of order this week, so if only one person gives it a time, so I will ask for the first person to speak in a moment. Let's put back up photo A. And who would like to go first with sharing what they got for photo A? Have we all gone shy? Nobody going to say me?
I apologise.
Sorry, Melissa, I think you spoke before your microphone was on.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yay! Sorry, I was putting some incense on, so I'll just quickly lit some. Right. So I can. Do you want me to do each picture, or do you just want
No,
me
just
to...
photo A for now. We'll work through each
Okay.
one separately.
Oh, okay. Jumping ahead. With photo A, I felt like I was attracted to Bessie.
Right, that's not right, but carry on. Because what you get might be for Betty. We'll have to see.
Okay. So I had a mum or a grandma figure. I didn't say grandma then, but no. Grandma figure.
Would you like to comment, Neil?
Yeah, she was a mum, yeah.
Okay.
And I got like basic. Would you understand that she liked cottage cheese?
Cottage cheese.
like soft cheese, but like I don't know. I got like the word cottage cheese come to mind. So.
That doesn't mean anything to me, Miller.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. She was also showing me like problems with like the stomach area.
Yeah.
And she also came across that she showed me two little ones, like either side of her. Don't know if you would understand that.
Oh, she had two children, yeah.
Also, she was putting me at ease because before this I was quite anxious because obviously I haven't come back on here for quite a while. So she was literally wrapping her arms around me to say it's okay, it's fine. She was literally giving me cuddles. So
right, she was that sort of person, yeah.
Hello, Melissa. Have we lost you? We appear to have lost you, Melissa.
can you hear me now?
Yep, heard you then.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it's just this problem I'm having. But could you understand she also could be very stern and blunt as well?
Yeah.
That's what I felt. And what she was saying to me is be like kind of kind to yourself. Because she could see you crying, but she's just saying it will get better, love. So hopefully that kind of makes sense.
That doesn't really make sense to me, but okay.
Sorry.
It's all right.
I do apologise. Yeah, that's all I had really.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Melissa. Well done.
Yeah.
Anybody like to go next?
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you, Bet. Wow, you're on the microphone. Well done, you.
Well, I only got a little bit.
All right.
I just heard that she was a very lovely lady.
Yeah.
I felt she would have worked all her life. was very helpful, and sorry, I've written it down here. So, and was always there if she was needed, but she would also put you in your place if you were in the wrong. And I also get the saying, which confuses me a bit, with up the top bit very helpful and everything. But she said, "You made your bed, you lay on it."
Yeah, she did think like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and also had number 4 and the month of August. But that was all I got. I'm sorry.
Okay.
No need to apologise. Month of August, Neil, doesn't ring a bell with you at the moment?
I can't remember, to be honest.
No. And the 4th of a month, or the month of April?
April probably does. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes it depends on how people work, whether
Yeah.
they get the 4th or the month for the 4. It could also be 4 years or 4 months. Or
Yeah, she just said the number 4.
yeah.
Give me the number 4.
Yeah. Sometimes we need to push them a little bit and say, well, what do you mean?
Yeah, I did ask, but I didn't seem to get any confirmation of it.
Well, that's okay. 'Cause, I mean, sometimes I don't particularly. I advise other people to do it, but I don't particularly like asking questions, because the second I ask a question, my mind jumps in and tries to answer it for me.
Yeah.
And then you start to get a little bit confused as to what was your thought and what was theirs.
Yeah, and what came through. Yeah.
But well done, and very brave for coming on the microphone. I can't believe what I'm hearing.
I thought about time I did.
Yeah, you're right. It was about time you did, but it was never going to be any pressure there. But well done.
Thank you.
Who'd like to go next?
Evening all. It's Chris.
Good
How
evening.
are you?
Hello,
Mr.
Chris.
How are you? Right.
I always go on when
All I
someone
got
else
with
is
this Neil
going.
was
Sorry,
I
I'll
got
switch
like
it off again.
sister figure, so I feel like her sister's with her all the time. So I don't know if she had a sister. That's what I got. I did have a name come through as Jan. I'm not sure what that link was. I just got that a couple of times for Jan. A date given to me was like the 26th of February, around that sort of time. So I'm not sure if that's in relation to a birthday or something close or something within the family. I did have a lot of pain around her.
Yeah.
Towards the end, bless her. Another name that came through was a Peter.
I can't hear
so I
anything.
don't know. And
Sorry.
children, I got children. I don't know if she worked with children or had a lot to do with children, but I've got like a lot of children gathering.
I'm not aware of that. She had 2 children.
Right.
And her children were important to her.
That's it. But I had like a lot of how I got it was there's a lot of people that came, like a lot of children that came to her house all the time, type of thing. So that's sort of thing I got through. And I got a love of cats. She loved cats or something. I got cats that came through as well. December was another month that came through. And loved the holidays at the seaside. I just got seaside that come through quite a lot.
Yeah.
And a favourite colour, what I got through, I got shown a lot of purple. And also, music-wise, while I was looking at her, the ABBA come through, but it was like Waterloo. So it was like as if she liked the ABBA and just loved the sound of music. It just brought her some joy, and that's all I picked up tonight on that picture.
Okay.
Well done, Chris. And if you need a little bit of time to think about those things, Neil, or whether they were no's, don't be afraid to say no, because we learn just as much from the no's as we do from the yeses.
I can't say explicitly they're all no's, because some of the questions I don't know about her. She was actually my sister-in-law, so
Right.
Okay.
Who I was very close to when I was younger.
Yeah. Right. Was there a connection with Seaside? Did you all go to the Seaside together? Is it like a little family group thing?
We did at times, yeah, because she actually lives down in Kevin's part of the world. So she lived down in Fareham.
Right.
She came from Southampton, and we always went down there to see her.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, no, that's cool.
So there was a
Cool.
strong connection there, definitely.
And did she have cats around? Did
No.
she have lots? No.
No, she had a dog, but not a cat.
I just had cats come through for some reason. Not sure why, or if that's what had come through. And obviously, I don't know if you know a Peter.
There probably was a Peter. She came from a big family,
Right.
and one of her brothers might have been called Peter.
Right, but I did have a dad's with her as well. There is a dad figure with her, and like I say, it was just the and a Jan. That name was really loud and clear.
Jan was her sister. She was
Ah.
one of her sisters.
Right, that's what that would have been then. Yeah, and that's all I got for that. So
Oh, that's quite good though.
You got quite a bit there, Chris. So don't be thinking that's all I got.
yeah, that's
and you
came
put it
through.
across very well as well. So clap for that. You did well in
thank you.
delivery. So well done. And you didn't sound shaky this week, so that's even better.
No, I've got past that now.
Good. And Bet didn't even sound shaky, actually. Come to think about
It's
it.
nice to hear the voice.
Right, Heidi, are you back? Are you able to talk?
I'm here.
Yep, you're here. Did you get anything for photo A?
Yeah. I'm not sure whether it's this actual person, but somewhere who this picture belongs to, I know it's Neil now, knows of a stroke. Someone could hardly speak. They were slurring the words and dribbling towards the end of their life. Do you know someone that could have fitted around her?
It could have been. It could have been her.
Right. She was a very lively and fun-loving person.
Yeah.
She had a warm heart and would help anyone and everyone. She's bringing some flowers to you, Neil.
Right.
Forget-me-nots.
Yeah. Okay.
A big bunch of them. And she's talking about a person that's been left behind, who cries for this person, this lady, without showing it sometimes. So sometimes you cry in quiet. Not you, I don't know whether it's you. I feel it is you or someone on the earth.
It's not me. That's her daughter.
Right. Will you go and give this person a hug?
Yeah.
I think she needs to talk. And around Easter, is it meaningful? Because I'm getting an Easter bunny hat, and I feel there was some kind of memory for Easter with an Easter hat parade.
I don't know that one.
Right. They're telling me about Easter, and something specific happened around Easter.
She got married in Easter.
Right. That would be the hats.
Yeah.
She speaks of jewelry that was left on Earth that was sentimental value. It wasn't expensive, but it was loved and cherished.
Right.
And I feel it was a ring. It had a diamond in it.
I'd need to check that out with my niece, but it's possible.
Right. And would she have something to do with sherbet? She liked sherbet.
Well, another way of putting it, she liked to drink.
Is that another name, sherbet?
Well, some generations used to say that. I like a few sherbets.
Right, yeah.
Showing our age there, Neil.
Well, I know.
I feel this person is bringing you some fizz and some liveliness to book you up, because I feel there's a bit of a slouchy feeling to you at the moment.
Okay.
you just feel like you're just trudging through treacle.
Yeah, we're all doing a bit of that, aren't we? Really.
Yeah.
But it's partly true. Yeah.
Does she have anything to do with buses, or was there a bus ride that you can remember would speak of a memory? I could be going on to photo B, actually.
No.
Right. Yeah, I probably have done. All right, then. Can I leave that with you then, Neil, please?
Right. Thank you. Thank you.
Well
All
done,
right.
Heidi.
Thank you.
Nicely delivered as well.
Thank you, Kevin.
I'll pull back to Melissa there because she mentioned something that Heidi mentioned there, but she put it with you. She mentioned about the tears and crying quietly.
Oh yeah.
Just bring that back to Melissa because not that she needs to say anything, but just to say well done, Melissa, because obviously you picked that up, but you just delivered it in the way that it looked like it was Neil, and it wasn't.
Yeah, I didn't twig that.
Yeah.
I was slow on that one. Yeah.
That's fine. Just wanted to point that out, just in case.
It's definitely very relevant to the daughter because
brilliant.
She was 12 years old when her mum died. So
excellent. Well, I don't think I've missed anybody, have I? No, I haven't. So only Neil. He's got away with it at the moment.
Thank God.
Excellent. Well done, everybody. That was very well done around there. Let's see how we fare with photo B, shall we? Here we have photo B. And who would like to go first?
I'll go if you like, Kev.
All right, Bet. Well done.
I had with this gentleman that he was very funny and was the life and soul of the party.
Please feel free to speak.
Yeah, that's right. He was.
But he could also be very strict.
Yeah, that's definitely
I felt also that he was good with his hands and he'd done woodwork.
He did a little bit of woodwork with things because he'd always never buy anything. He'd always fix things.
Yeah. And I also felt he had a passion with planes.
He mentioned a lot when he was younger.
Right, yeah. But that is all I got, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Okay, well done. Excellent. The bits you got.
They were good, yeah.
So well done. Twice on the microphone tonight. Woo. Who would like to go next?
Can I go next, please, Kevin?
Yep, sure. Heidi, yep, feel free.
Okay, thank you. With this gentleman, I felt he was fit until the last chunk of his life. I feel there was a cough and chest problems.
Yeah, that's right.
There's an oxygen mask been placed on him.
Yeah.
And he's finding it difficult to breathe. But he's laughing because he's got a wicked sense of humour that Betty came up with.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
He was the life and soul of the party. He loved a laugh. He speaks around someone. He speaks about someone with anxiety around someone on Earth at the moment.
Right. Yes, I can take that.
They need to talk to someone properly, to someone who knows more. But maybe they're too shy or too afraid to do that.
Yeah, I can take that. Yeah.
And also, I got what Betty got. She got planes, but I got cars. That he loved cars, trains, and buses, transport. Really.
It was anything to do with transport. He did love.
And there's something about a conductor. You know, like a bus conductor.
I haven't got. Can't think of anything.
Maybe he was
linked with buses that way.
I feel he's been to a museum and it's like the ticket machine that the bus conductors used to have.
Yeah,
I'm
it was
feeling
Liverpool,
is
that sort of stuff
is
like that. Yeah,
I'm feeling is sort of like giving you a few tickets to go on a few journeys because you're going on a spiritual journey at the moment.
yeah,
And he wants to give you a few more because you need to sort of put your feet, dibble your toe. How do you put it?
dip your toes in.
Dip your toes in.
That's it. Yeah, yeah,
Into a few more things, and you'll get your confidence.
yeah, definitely.
There's lots of love coming from this gentleman to you.
Yeah,
But the name Alan is coming around him.
yeah, I know an Alan around him. Yeah,
And June and November would be important for an anniversary, passing, or birthday.
yeah. November is his birthday, and June is when he passed away.
Right. That's all I've got for
That's
that.
really good. Yeah, it's good.
Oh, thank you. Yes, you could take that then. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent. Well done, Heidi. I can see that you're getting back into the swing of it, getting the old
After me
self back.
week off that I forgot.
Well done.
Hiya. Is it okay if I go next?
Let me think. Oh, okay.
I suppose so. I love you, Gabby. You're hilarious. Hi, Chris.
Hi, yeah, you're right.
Hi. So with this fella, sorry for this fella. Sorry, I shouldn't put it that way.
No, it is, yeah.
Don't know why I said that. I felt, yeah, he was about early 70s. That's the age of that I kind of got that came through it. And I saw him standing with his wife because they literally like stood together.
Yeah.
So I felt he was a very family man, very orientated. I don't know why, but I got what I saw in my mind was I couldn't distinguish it between naval and army, but it was like a very like military kind of like uniform, with like the medals and the lapel.
Yeah, back in the day, was in the army. Yeah,
back in the day. Yeah. For me, because when he came through to me, he said to me, I wouldn't really normally like believe in this kind of thing that you do, but he's kind of like curious. He's like, okay. I felt him very like stiff upper lip.
Yeah.
Very like would kind of just get on with things and not.
You've faded away, Melissa.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Sorry, I think
I've got
it's
the stiff upper lip. I got that bit.
Oh, brilliant! Fantastic, thank you. So what was I saying? Oh, yeah, that's it. He wouldn't believe. He came through like when he was coming through to me. He said to me, "I wouldn't normally believe in these kind of things, but he's kind of like curious into because now he's on the other side."
Yeah.
For me, just he's saying to me that he's here for you, son.
Yeah.
Because he just, like Heidi said, like he felt that someone was not having a lot of confidence, so they just need him to go, I'm here for you.
Yeah.
You can do it.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, really nice guy. But I feel that he's happier. And what Heidi said as well about the chest related, I got that.
Yeah.
Couldn't like breathe properly, just I felt it myself. Obviously I've got anxiety, but obviously when I'm doing this I'm pushing that to one side. But I felt that very heavy, like I'm kind of trying to get my breath almost. So I felt that. So yeah, that's basically what I got. He's a really lovely guy. So yeah, thank you for letting me breathe for you. Or him.
Well done, Melissa.
Thank
Excellent.
you.
Just Neil left, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. I'll cover. I'm just looking down some of the things I picked up, like some of the others, but
That's
something
fine.
that hasn't been mentioned. I picked up an H name or connection with something beginning with H. Now, I don't know if Chris, if that means if you understand anything to do with an H name.
He's got a little red dot by the side of him at the moment, so he might be having an internet connection problem.
All right.
Still got it there. Got a little exclamation mark alongside his name, which normally suggests an internet problem.
Does it?
Yeah. I see them come up all the time. Oh dear, I'm going to lose them. It's terrifying when it's the guest medium in the church and think, oh no.
Well, I know.
Here he comes, he's back.
Is he?
Well, his name's come back in. I think he can hear us.
It'll
Oh,
take
there's
a few
two of them now.
seconds. All right.
Are you with us, Chris?
Hello.
Yep.
You got me?
Yep. A little bit of feedback there, a little bit of hash, but we got you.
You got me? Oh, cool.
Yep.
Internet went.
All right. We'll gather that, Chris. Something I got, Chris, was, I don't know if you would understand, anything to do with an H name.
Yes, a H name. That would, yeah, that I can take that. Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, that was the first thing that came out of it, and the date for the anniversary.
Oh yeah. What's going on tonight?
Right.
Your special month. Did you catch that, Chris? The date of August.
Are you there?
Yeah, we got you, Chris.
I've got you back now.
Are you not hearing us? He sounds like he's got a dodgy connection, doesn't he?
That's better. I'm on now.
Yep, that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
That's better. That's better.
Yeah, no hash now.
Okay. The month I got, Chris, was August. Something to do with August.
Right.
That doesn't tally with what everyone else said, but I'll tell you that anyway. I definitely got a fatherly.
I can take August. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
All right. Okay. The other strong feeling I got was his link with a female in spirit.
Yeah.
Maybe a mother figure or a sister. I wasn't sure which.
Yeah.
In terms of temperament, yeah.
Mm.
In terms of temperament, I got the impression that he had strong opinions.
Yeah.
But he also had a very forgiving nature. Forgiving nature.
Definitely, 100% there. Yeah.
The sort of messages that I got was that maybe you don't always realize it, but there's a lot of love and support from him around you.
There is, yes. I feel that all the time.
And just, I've written this down, and I'm going to relay it. But there was a message to say, before you say too much about a certain situation, stop and think.
I can say that, yeah.
And make sure it's what you want to do. Just make sure it's what you want to do before you say it.
Yeah, that's I can take that, and I can hear him saying that as well. So,
okay,
I've heard that's a loud and clear message. That's good.
There you go. I thought I'd invented that, Chris. So
no, that's an important. That is important, actually. That is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's all I've got.
Yeah, that's good. Really good.
Excellent, Neil. Well done.
Good. Makes me feel better.
You're doubting yourself still, aren't you?
Yeah, I always do.
That's your biggest hurdle, yourself.
I know. We'll get there eventually.
You are getting there because you're already demonstrating that even though you doubt yourself, you can still do it. So you will definitely get there.
No, it's good. Really good.
Right then, photo C. Who would like to go first on this one?
But I just don't like.
Didn't quite catch that, Neil.
You're telling me to go first?
No, I didn't catch what you said. I thought you said something.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. But I'll start if you like.
Okay, all right then. I wouldn't want to twist your arm or anything.
On photo C, I don't know if anyone understands. I really have no idea who this is directed at, but I got the initials of M for Mary or J for Jane or both of them interconnected. Does anyone understand that?
Not Mary and not Jane.
Okay.
But similar sounding names, May and Jean.
Oh, okay. What I
They're
wrote down
significant.
first. What I wrote down first was M and J.
Right.
Anyway,
Yeah.
just the letters.
They're significant
Okay.
in her life, yeah.
Okay. I got a grandmother figure from it.
Yeah.
Would you understand anything about a June date?
Yes.
Oh, all right.
Oh, blimey.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to hold back on the last. I got the impression it was a fun person.
Yes, definitely.
When she was on the plane. And finally, what I did write down was there was something about a train accident. Now, I don't know if you'd understand anything about that.
No, not that I know of, but I can ask.
Okay. I don't know what into World War II, Bletchley, and the other word I wrote down was codebreaker. So I don't know whether that's meaningful or not.
She was around in World War II, yeah.
Yeah. But it was particularly a bit like being one of the code breakers at Bletchley, but
no, I can't really
don't know whether
that.
that's me being fanciful. Okay,
I can ask, but she was.
I'll end by that's where I'm up to.
Yeah.
Well done there, Neil. And I would say exactly the same because that was my impression when I saw the photo. Whether it's just because it's the nature of the photo, which is what I said to you all at the beginning.
Well, that's the danger of looking at the photograph, isn't it?
Yes.
You sort of analyse the
because
photograph
it
more
leads your
than
mind
the
somewhere.
connection.
She actually looks like a 1940s film star or something that would have been in something like the Codebreaker film or something.
Yeah.
So it's quite easy. It may be that, but I did sense the same. So there may be some truth in it as well that perhaps Heidi might find out later. So
yeah, I shall definitely ask.
But either way, I wouldn't beat yourself up for saying that and not if it's not right, because as I say, you can be led slightly astray by photos, and it's quite difficult not to allow that to happen because it happens quite subconsciously.
I mean, it's a beautiful photograph.
Oh,
yeah, there was
you.
actually two photos, and I split it. I hope you didn't mind me doing
No,
that.
no, I didn't mind at all. I couldn't split it myself.
I thought that was the one that attracted me more with the slight wry smile there.
Right,
well done, Neil. Anybody who'd like to go second?
I don't mind having a little go.
Okay, Chris, go ahead.
What I got from the photo, obviously, I've got a few names that come through. One name was a Betty, and another name was a Nancy.
Betty definitely. Unsure about Nancy.
Right. Okay, then no problem. I did have June as well. I just wrote June. I don't know what that resembled. Same as what Neil had got down.
June is very significant.
Right, that came through. I did have like a village life, so I don't know if she was in a village, but I've got like more of an outdoor, liked walking. definitely hard working as well. That came through.
Yeah.
Um,
She lived
also-
in an outdoor area,
This-
you know, in fields and things.
Right, that's fine. And I had a lot with baking. Love making cakes and things like that, and always in the kitchen.
Yes, that's who I learnt my cooking off and baking.
Is it right? Yes, yeah.
Mm.
So I had that come through a lot. Also, November came through as a sort of like an important time of day, like an anniversary type date, November time. But I did have I've got like a feeling that it was a fallout with the family. So it's like a little bit of a split. That I was told about, but as time went on, things got better.
Yeah. There was 3 sisters, and they argued between them. But before they all passed away, they were starting to talk again.
Lovely. That's what I got. So it sort of ended like in a bit of a like a little bit of an explosion. Then it all sort of calmed down and it helps out. That's how I was kind of showing that sort of thing.
It was quite a big argument.
And I did have a lot of things with hospital kept coming up. I don't know whether she helped with hospitals or she went to hospital a lot. But it's just some connection with the hospital came through.
Well, she was in the WRVS,
right?
And they were in hospitals, weren't they?
Yep, they were. Yep.
Yeah.
A name John I've got around her a lot, and also a name Barry.
Yes, I can take both of those.
Yep, I got that. And I also, there's a lot of love that I've got to give to all the sort of like the younger generation that's been. And apparently, I was just shown that was not so long ago, it would have been like a great grandchild, a little girl. I think it was like a February. I'm been pulled to a February date, so I don't know if there's any been younger children just recently that have been born within the family.
No, there is a little girl that passed.
Right.
But my sister and I have just had boys, so.
Have you? Right. It's just like I had it. There's a little girl connection or something. So that's what came through. So that's
Can
all
you
I
tell
can
me
say
more about the little girl at all?
Well, there's a little girl. I've got the age. Looking at the little girl, I can see the age of about 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Not very old.
Mm.
Blonde hair.
Mm.
Little curly locks. I always had her hair little scrunched up in little bun things, and I've been showed like little red shoes, bright red shoes.
That's my mum.
Yeah.
That's her daughter.
Is it? Right. So I've got so that'd be that little connection there then. There's a lot of love. I've been shown also like a big rose. It's like an old English sort of like deep red rose shown. So I don't know if she liked doing planting with the rose or had quite a few roses in the back garden.
No, that's very significant, a rose, because she was in hospital one day, and I took her from work. I took her this musical rose.
Right. Yeah.
And she just loved it, and she was playing it, and she in fact gave it away to somebody else.
Right. Just kind-natured.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that is all that I got down from the picture. So definitely a lot of love being passed down, and I can see her around a lot all the time and showing signs, but signs through butterflies. I just see a lot of butterflies.
Right. Yeah, that's significant.
Yeah, and that's it. Love and light. That's all I'm being shown. Showing a lot of love.
Lovely. Thank you, Chris.
Well done, Chris. Excellent.
No problem.
Nice delivery too.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think a chip off the old block there too. Who wants to go next then?
Hi, Heidi.
Hi, Melissa.
Hey, yeah. So with this lady, she was stroking my hair. I felt it. It was nice. It wasn't like freaky. I'm starting to get used to it. So, I felt with her.
Yeah.
I felt with her. Would you understand if she loved dancing like jive?
Was she what? Sorry.
Sorry, can you hear me still?
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, this microphone is annoying. What I saw with her was she used to love like dancing, like jiving.
Yeah. Oh, jiving. Yeah, yeah, she did.
I love jiving too, but yeah, when I saw her, I was like, yeah, I'll be with you on that dance floor. I felt a very like independent lady. Like she didn't really need that much help. Like she'd be like, well, I'll just sort of get on with it. But I felt her very independent. Like, also.
Very, yeah.
Also, sorry, thank you. Also, what I heard as well from Chris, like he sort of said about hospitals, and what I saw was like very nursing. So I don't know whether if you can take that, but when you said about the was the WAVs, was it WAVs?
WRVS.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Always forget how you sort of like pronounce it. So I saw that in my mind, and I also felt as well like a lung condition. I don't know if you could take that as well. Towards the end. Sorry.
Not for her.
No? Okay. Well,
but for someone else around her.
Yeah, I just saw lung condition, so I'll leave that with you. But I just felt her very independent, didn't let anyone sort of push her down.
She was very independent, really independent.
Yeah, she was like, give me that vibe. She's like, right. But thank you. That's all I had really for her. So
thank you, Melissa.
I hope you can take that.
I certainly can.
Thank you, Heidi.
Thank you.
Well done, Melissa. Well done.
Thank you.
Who's next then?
What I got, Kev.
Sorry, Bet.
I said I give what I got.
Yeah, I think actually I got involved in the readings, and I think we've all done it, haven't we? I think everybody's had their go. So well done, everybody. Got a bit involved in the readings there. Very well done. I can see you're all developing. You're all gaining your confidence, even you there, Neil. I know you still have a few little doubts about yourself, but I don't see that as too much of a problem, because even though you still have it, you'll have that little niggle there. You're still doing it. And I think every time you do it and you go, oh, like you did, it's making you realise that,
I can see that obviously, like 2 weeks, like difference, like sort of not being like in the circle. Mm-hmm. I can see at the start that was very, very shaky, and obviously that's just doubt. But I think more, it's like a muscle. Once you practice more of it, it becomes a little bit like second nature, really.
Absolutely, and I think that's what we're seeing quite clearly here with Heidi and Chris, because obviously they've both done it before. But they've had breaks from it, and I believe Heidi had a break from it. I'm not 100% sure on that, but obviously you can see the confidence.
Sometimes you need to
coming back with each week.
I think because for me personally, obviously I've gone through such like obviously I told you about it on like Messenger and stuff. Like I said, like I haven't been that great mentally, but I think I've come back to it now, and I just got to keep like going for it, because I know I've got it in me, but it's just
you definitely got it in you, and I without a shadow of a doubt know that you will get more yeses when you just fine tune that delivery a little bit. And I think that may be the nerves, and that's perhaps why you're laughing, because you're a little bit nervous.
It was, yeah.
But I know you've got it there. There's no problem with your ability at all. It's just a fine tune on the actual delivery, and you will get far more yeses I know that without a shadow of a doubt.
It was just the nerves. I think it was just purely just the nerves. But coming back to it after like a short break, so.
I mean, you're not the only one. There is work to be done on delivery.
I think I would need that more. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But I'm not really too bothered about that at the moment. It's about getting the confidence to speak what you're thinking and feeling,
what you
and
feel,
sensing and seeing, etc. Once you get that, then and you're comfortable with that, then we can start. Right, okay. If you deliver that like this, you might have got this.
Yeah. And that's why I held back a little bit as well. Like, for example, like the conditions, I was like, okay. Say, I was thinking to myself, I shouldn't really go too far, but like, right, just stop where it's needed.
Well, I wouldn't want you to hold back. I think said a couple of weeks back, actually, you've got to be who you are. As a reader, you have to be who you are, and you have to give what you get. So I wouldn't want any of you to feel like I need to hold back, or perhaps I shouldn't say that, because it's the total opposite. Actually, say what you get, what you think, what you feel, and then you might get a few no's and you might feel crap. But in those no's, you will learn something, because
definitely
you then get to feel, and I'm not just talking to you there, Melissa, I'm talking to everybody, because it's irrelevant to us all, even myself. You learn to sense it's very, very slight difference in the way you get something and the way your mind gives it to you.
Oh yeah, tell me about it. Yeah,
it's very, very slight and very subtle, but you start to pick it up and you start to realize.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what's happening, and then you can hold it back. But to begin with, I think it's best to just go for it. But
especially coming back to it, especially like coming back and just sort of like, right, okay, sort of showing up and just letting it work, and just testing myself.
Yeah, I mean, the main thing for me in this group is relaxation. It's about being comfortable with each other. It's about feeling comfortable enough to say whatever, even if it makes you look absolutely stupid. It doesn't matter, because some of the strangest things that really take courage to say.
That's why it made me laugh about the cottage cheese. Like, I was like, Neil, like cottage cheese? And he's like, no.
It was unfortunate that wasn't quite right. Well, it may well be. I mean, Neil may find out later.
No, it might have been right. It might have been right, because when she was younger, she did go on a cottage cheese diet. But I wasn't with her all the time. She was married to my brother, so... Good. It wasn't a strong image, but I do know she went through a phase like that. So it could be right. Could well be right.
It is those things, though. I think I might have told you already, so I don't want to bore you too much. But one reading I was given, and I was given loads. I felt like I was on top of them. I was on fire, everything I was given. But I felt that they weren't really that impressed. And I should. I thought, well, anyway, I wanted to bail out, and so I did. But as I bailed out, I said, and as I'm going, don't know whether you all understand it or not, but I'm seeing a jelly bean. That was it. That's all she wanted to know. Everything else, she was not the slightest bit interested. It didn't matter whether it was her uncle in spirit or nan in spirit. It didn't matter. All she wanted was jelly bean, because she'd been told they had a little password between them. If there's a life after death, I'll come back and I'll tell you jelly beans. So it's a crazy little thing, and you might feel really stupid saying it, but it could be the very, very thing that they want to hear.
Yeah.
And you can tell them everything under the sun, every month, every day, every birthday, and they're not interested. They want that one little thing. Or one little memory that they shared, or one thing that was said. That's what they want. And we don't always understand that, and we get a little bit nervous and think, ooh, better not give that. But it can be the deciding factor between whether they are totally convinced or whether they're just, it's interesting. But so try not to doubt what you get. Obviously, you will get things wrong.
Oh yeah.
But that's all part of the learning process, because, as I said, you learn to differentiate between, or as I put it on the course, discern. You're discerning what's spirit and what's your own mind and what's just pure trash coming from somewhere we have no idea where it comes from.
It's all fun, isn't it?
Quite often it's just a passing spirit. The way it's been described to me. Again, I think I've mentioned this to you, that when you're doing particularly open readings or in a large gathering in a church, etc., there's so many spirits there for all the audience. They've got their own audience over there, and because you're sensitive, you can pick up things. So if someone's thinking very loudly because they're very much in thought, in spirit, you being tuned in are going to pick it up. And so it might not be relevant, but you still heard it. So it's not wrong. It's just not for that person. So, no need to beat ourselves up over it when we get it wrong. If you get lots of things wrong, then perhaps you're just not tuning in for that person, and you just have to say, I'm sorry, but it's not working. I'll leave that with you, and hopefully it might work next time, or you might meet another medium who can work with you. But it happens occasionally. I know it's happened to me on private readings where I've spent 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes and then said, you know what, I'm really sorry, I'm going to stop, because I can tell I'm not linking in properly, and I can tell you're sort of, okay, all right, yeah, you're not really, oh my God, yes, which is what I hope for. So, don't be afraid to say, okay, it's not working for me and you on this link, but that doesn't mean I'm a bad medium, doesn't mean I'm useless. It just it is. Because we all work on different vibrations.
Well, when I was
might not quite be tuning into that person's vibration.
When I was first starting out, Kevin, when I was about 18, I said to this gentleman in an open circle, I could see this blonde girl that was in a fetal position lying on a hospital bed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's all I saw. I couldn't feel anything. I just knew it was a fetal position.
Mm-hmm.
He came back the next week and said that his daughter had lost a baby, and his daughter had blonde hair.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really stuck in my head. And it was just amazing how I'd picked it up.
Mm. Well, it's crazy as well, because I don't know how much, I can't remember too much now about the exact content of the course, not word for word, because it's been a while since I've actually physically taught it. But throughout the course, I believe it would have come across that that I'm not a big fan of predicting things. I don't like it, because I feel that there is always a choice in life, although I have always thought that. There have been instances where I've been caused to question whether my belief that we have choice in everything is actually correct. And the reason that I say that is, one particular reason just popped into my head then as I was talking, that I was given a reading, and I said very, very strongly, saw it as clear as a bell, that there'd been a motorbike accident. Someone had been injured on a motorbike. And she said, no, I'm really sorry. I said, well, they come off their motorbike on a bend. I can see it. They skidded on oil or something on the road. She said, I gave as much detail as I could. And she said, no, I'm really sorry. I said, okay, well, maybe I've moved on to someone else then. And I left the reading at that. It was an open reading. Anyway, 2 weeks later, she came back to me and said that her husband come off his motorbike that night on a bend.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So, little thing, I would go on goosebumps saying it, because you just think, well, I don't actually believe that life is dictated to us in that way, and yet I confounded myself by giving something that wasn't yet to happen.
Well, it's like when I was younger, and we were driving to Ipswich, and I must have been about 8 years old, and I kept looking at the sunroof, like the glass, and I kept saying that's going to come down, it's going to come down, and all of a sudden a stone was thrown and glass smashed everywhere, and I was like, oh my god. And I told my dad.
Are you a witch? You made that happen.
Yeah. I know, that's what I thought. Am I a witch? But I just knew, I just had that feeling, and I've always had that since I was younger.